afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your third video blog of the day for Friday, March 11, 2016, around 4:19 in the afternoon in Billerica, Massachusetts. Sunny day out today, highs around 60, perfect weather for winter, late winter. And it's going to be an awesome weekend with temperatures hovering around 60. Next week could be on and off, damp weather and cool and raw, but above the 32-degree line, which is good, so that means no snow. And I don't think we're going to have a major snowstorm anytime soon, but don't give your hopes up just yet. Winter could throw a curveball at us, could go out as a lion. Just remember, April 1st, 1997. Keep that in your mind. Some news to report. Toronto Blue Jays beat the Boston Red Sox in spring training baseball by a score of 2-1 in 10 innings. These games don't count. And some football news. The New England Patriots signed wide receiver Chris Hogan to a 3-year contract with $12 million from the Buffalo Bills. The Cleveland Browns have released quarterback Johnny Manziel from contract after 2 seasons. There was a big mistake by the Browns in signing him and drafting him. And the Denver Broncos have acquired quarterback Mark Sanchez for the Philadelphia Eagles for draft picks. And sad news to report in the world of music. Singer and keyboard player Keith Emerson passed away at the age of 71, so prayers to his family. That's about it on the news. My third video blog subject of the day is my take on why it is so hard to develop a relationship with a significant other and develop it into a marriage at all. And my take on it is it's so hard to date people these days, and it's so hard to develop even a relationship with somebody these days. I think one of the biggest problems these days that people have in trouble for finding somebody to date and love is not too many single people around that are really looking to date somebody. They say that the best way I hear from people to meet is when they're not looking and they go up for meet somebody at random and develop a friendship or a relationship like that, which sometimes that works, but sometimes it doesn't. You have to be out there for somebody to find you and date you and marry you. Also, another why it's so hard to find relationships these days is you don't know who you're really dealing with. People try to find love and they meet somebody, but those people have issues and other baggage, and sometimes it's not good to get yourself involved in baggage and stuff. Plus, there's a lot of people these days who want to cheat on their loved ones, which that's not good at all because they're not good for you. It's disrespecting their significant other, and plus people do not want to get caught in the middle of something. If it doesn't work out, then the person who is in the middle of it's going to get screwed or hurt, and that's why it's so hard. Another reason why it's so hard to develop a relationship with somebody these days. It's a lot of people these days want to meet somebody and have stuff instant. They want an instant relationship. Like if they meet somebody, they want to have it instantly. They instantly like them, and then somehow they fall in love, move in together, and get married and have kids, but finding love at first sight is very rare. I hear maybe it's about 5 to 10%, which is very low. And if they don't think our relationship's going to happen, within 15 minutes of them meeting, they'll go on to the next person, which is very, very sad because you have to let relationships develop through time and friendship and stuff, and trust and respect, not having something that's instant chemistry because somebody met somebody and they fell in love, got married within weeks, months, or year of knowing each other. Those stuff happen very rarely. Some of them are successes, some of them are disasters. Another reason why it's so hard to develop relationships these days, a lot of people these days assume that somebody they really want to date is taken. That is absolutely not the best way to go. I read surveys about that. Can you believe this? 85% of men who really want to date the girl of their dreams, they assume that lady is taken. Don't assume anything these days for somebody you really want to date and stuff. There's a possibility that person could be taken and stuff, but don't assume it, because if you assume it, you're not going to get anywhere. You just can't wait around for somebody to break up. That could be years or decades. That could be a lifetime. And that's just, in my opinion, you're wasting your time. Always, if you really like somebody, no matter if it's a he or she, don't assume they're taken. And if it gets into a point where you like the person, just ask them out on a date. What's the worst thing they're going to say? No? So, my advice, if you have the policy, assume that he or she is taken. Just don't think like that, because if you do, you're just not going to get a relationship like that. Because if you assume somebody's taken, you're just out of luck. And another reason why I think it's so hard to develop relationships these days, some people really do not want to know people, or they hear rumors about this person, this is not a nice person, or they've had horror stories about the person. You could hear all the stuff you want, but it might not be true and stuff. Also, a lot of people just don't want to trust anybody these days. And it's just hard because there's honest people out there, and the honest people can't find anything. And I think the other reason why I think it's so hard to develop relationships these days, everybody is texting or on their phones, like at public places or where there's a possibility to meet people, and that's not good. If you're at a public place and if you want to chat with somebody, you just chat with them face to face. You don't say hi to them, and if they're on texting or looking at their phone, they don't want to be bothered and stuff, and that's not a good way to develop any type of relationship. I've heard stories that many people go out on dates, they have their iPhone with them and they're texting and typing. You don't do that on a date. That's a relationship killer, in my opinion. There's honest people out there. There's quality people out there, and I think it's just, in my humble opinion these days, trying to find relationships are very, very hard. If you really want to date somebody or develop a relationship with somebody, just give it a chance. Just take your time. Don't go steady on them right away. Just feel them out and stuff. And if you really, really want to be interested in somebody, you do not text and type when you're talking to them for the first time or going out on dates. That is a killer. And that's my take on why it's so hard to get relationships these days. Tonight's the fourth and final video blog of the night, which will be about personality profile for my Major League Baseball pitcher, J.R. Richards. Keep calm, everybody! I'm a truly abundant guy. Molly Wolf's blood of WCCO rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hutt's so stunning. She's the best, and she's got nice legs as well. Amy Swenzy rocks. Bob Gibbs of ABC 11 has that sweet southern accent. And Ariel and Melissa from Playoffs Pizza in Bellerica rock. And in the words of Dickie Ackroyd, the unit director of the Boys and Girls Club of Great America, the more the merrier. Good night. Good afternoon. See you later.